Do I have booger sticking out my nose?
Yeah.
Alright, check me out.
Clean, clear. Hi, Noah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another exciting installment of Cooking with Brian. And this, if you guys do not know, is my beautiful wife, Alena.
Hi.
If you guys joined us last time, we actually made some breakfast burritos, which turned out awesome. And I know a lot of people did give it a try, so that's awesome. Thank you guys for giving it a try. And a special thank you to Juan and Nicole, because you guys actually, they sent us out an entire care package, like an entire box of different ingredients and different things to try. So
It's awesome.
We liked a lot of it.
Thank you.
It was truly amazing. So thank you guys so much. Today we're actually doing something that might be a little bit easier, right, than the breakfast burritos, at least technically, maybe a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Because we are making bacon jalapeno hash with cheese and lots of cheese. Oh, before we get into this, guys, we just want to explain that we are not professional chefs. Neither one of us has ever worked in a kitchen. We're just sharing with you guys what we do, what we personally like. That's exactly what we do with the breakfast burritos, and you guys were sitting here trying it, and a lot of you did and liked it. So hopefully the same thing happens here.
Yeah, I love cooking, so we want to share it.
Tell us about this today, because I do not love cooking, but I like eating her cooking. So tell us, what do we need for the bacon jalapeno hash?
So for your bacon jalapeno hash, you want to make sure that you have some, so there's wonderful summer vegetables around here. We love zucchini and yellow squash.
Zucchini.
So many times I can't figure out what to do with those, but they're amazing in hash. So you want to make sure you have two medium.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. So what you want to start out with first is a medium-sized zucchini and a medium-sized yellow squash. And a cona!
It's going well.
And a cona!
We're starting strong.
Starting strong.
We need medium-sized zucchinis?
Zucchinis and yellow squash.
Gotcha.
Then you just want to use half of each. And go ahead and chop them into cubes, like a 1/4-inch type cubes.
Now, your serving size might be different. We're just talking about, we typically make it for the both of us. So if you are bulking and you want more, make more. If you want less, make less. We're not talking about serving sizes. That's so individual to each person.
Yeah.
That's okay. So after they have their squash and their zucchini, what's next?
Yep, go ahead and set that aside. And then what you want to do is either get one large sweet potato or like two small ones, whatever you have in your pantry. And then what you want to do is go ahead and poke holes with a fork into that sweet potato and then put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes, depending on the size. You want to go ahead and check it to make sure it gets soft. And then pull that potato out, set it aside, let it cool. And then what you're going to do is very similar to what you did with the squash and the zucchini. You're going to slice it and then you're going to chop it up into small.
Cube it up.
Yep, just cube it up and then set that aside.
Now be careful because in this example, we may have started cutting into the sweet potato a little, by we.
Meaning me. Don't cut it when it's hot, okay?
It's going to be hot coming out of the microwave.
Not a good idea.
Steam burns you.
Steam burns.
Be careful.
Yes.
All right, so after they have their zucchini, their squash, their potato, what's next?
Yep, so then you want to make sure that you get some bacon and you want to make sure that bacon is cooked. I personally like to cook the bacon on a baking sheet with tin foil down because it catches all the grease. And cook that up till it's nice and crispy and then let that cool. After that cools, go ahead and chop that up into small pieces.
Now, cooking the bacon on a cookie sheet with the tin foil was a massive game changer for us because we used to fry it in a pan.
Made a mess.
Just like many people, and then literally your kitchen is covered in grease and it sucks to have to clean that grease. So cooking it in a cookie tray in the oven definitely makes less mess.
Yeah.
And now if we want to cook it out of a pan, we just do it out of a campfire.
Absolutely, which is really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's your meat.
Yep, that's your meat, and you can do that ahead of time. You don't have to do it that day. You just want to make sure it's cool, it's crispy, and all you have to do is chop it up. It just kind of crumbles really nice. So
it's kind of true for all of this. You can prep all this in like little containers, serving size, whatever you want to do, so that when you have 10 minutes, you can just throw it in a pan, cook it up, and you're good to go.
It stays really well for a long time too. So it's awesome. So after your bacon is chopped up and done, then you want to go ahead and grab a jalapeno. And I would chop up the whole jalapeno into small diced pieces. And then I use about half of it. A lot of times what you want to do is make sure you do not touch your face or your eyes or any other parts of your body because it will light you on fire if they are so hot. So just be careful where you put your hands after you chop the jalapeno. You also want to make sure you have 2 green onions. Some people like to use yellow onions. I do that sometimes too, but green onions are less mess, and I kind of like how they taste with the jalapeno and the bacon.
They make you cry less too, because you don't spend so much time in the cutting process.
Yeah, so they're real fast, so just cut up 2 of them and set them aside as well. And also what you're gonna need is about 3 tablespoons of butter. So just go ahead and have that set aside.
How about cheese? Are we talking about cheese with them yet? They're gonna need some cheese, and they're gonna need the eggs, obviously.
Yep, so you're gonna make sure you have whatever kind of cheese you like, honestly. We love to have cheddar cheese or Monterey Jack or like a taco cheese with this, but really you can use
cheese
anything.
is good.
Any kind of cheese, we love
I
it.
like Swiss cheese. I like all cheeses.
Yes, we're cheese people. But yeah, those are the kinds that we usually have in our fridge. But then you want to also have some eggs set aside, because that runny egg is just so good on the hash. We love that. And then you also want to have some salt.
Perfect. Okay, so now once they have all those ingredients and they're all prepared and stuff, it's actually a pretty simple.
Very simple.
Once the prep is done, the actual process of cooking it is pretty fast and it's good. So what are their steps there?
Yeah, so the first step that you want to do is make sure that you have a pan and heat up that pan with 2 tablespoons of butter. Let it sizzle, let it coat the bottom of the pan. When it's coated, then go ahead and throw in that sweet potato and stir it around. Let the butter kind of get everywhere on that sweet potato until it turns golden brown. Once it's turning golden brown, then you want to go ahead and add your yellow squash and your zucchini.
Real fast, I don't mean to interrupt you, but in the last video, we asked for pepper suggestions, right?
Yes.
And so many of you gave awesome pepper suggestions, so we've been trying them out, and thank you guys so much for that. We like this interactive because there's a lot of you out there that know a lot more about cooking than we do, absolutely, and we understand that, but we want to use your knowledge. So
this is a big one.
Here's an issue, is that we've tried multiple different ways to get the sweet potatoes or the potatoes crispy. It's still soft on the inside, but crispy, almost like a home fry type of texture. If you're from the US, you'll know what a home fry is.
Yeah.
So if you guys are cooks, chefs, weekend warriors of the kitchen, and you have a really good way to make potatoes, little cubed potatoes, soft but crispy, please let us know in the comment section. So once those are done, you salt them, you butter them, they're good, and then you add your squash and zucchini.
Yeah, so you add the yellow squash, add the zucchini. You always mess me up. And stir that around. You may need to add another tablespoon of butter just to make sure nothing's burning the bottom of the pan. And you want to keep that heat on like a medium-high heat. At the same time, add the jalapenos, the green onions, and the bacon. Go ahead and get that stirred around really nice. And then after that, what you're gonna do is grab yourself a really nice bowl. We love bowls in our family. We do all kinds of bowl.
Definitely superior to the plate.
Definitely superior to the
plate. Makes a mess. You can eat more food in a bowl.
We love bowls.
Superior.
So put the hash in the bowl, then take your favorite cheese, sprinkle it all around. This is like the double-decker cheese.
So you need a layer of cheese on top of the potatoes and onions and...
I like it better that way.
Yes, absolutely. While that cheese is melting on top of that hot hash, essentially.
Hot hash.
Then you're cooking the eggs.
Oh yeah, so then you want to throw about a half a tablespoon of butter back into the pan. You can use the same pan you were using or set up a different pan. Let that butter coat the bottom of the pan, crack your 3 eggs in there, wait about 30 seconds, flip them, 15 more seconds, and then go ahead and take them out of the pan, flip them right on top of the hash. Be careful not to break the yolk, but if you do, it's okay. We've all done it.
We've all
done it before.
I don't not break yolks. I'm really good at putting the egg in the pan and keeping the yolk intact.
That's true.
But when it comes to flipping that thing, if I flip it and it stays intact, it's a good day. But it still doesn't make it out of the pan ever intact. It's breaking the way out.
It's okay. So then, after they're in the pan, then you're going to go ahead and get your cheese again and sprinkle it back on there.
Lots of cheese.
Yeah, and then I love to take the remainder of the green onion, just a little bit, and put that on top too. So, and then after you're done that, it's kind of up to you how else you want to eat the hash. Like I prefer to eat some chopped cilantro and some avocado. Brian really likes hot sauce, and some people like to eat it with ketchup. So you can really do anything. Yeah. So that's the process.
But it's absolutely, and it sounds like a breakfast meal, and it can absolutely and is often a breakfast meal, but for us, sometimes it's a lunch meal, sometimes it's dinner. we honestly eat that and breakfast burritos. We get our eggs from a local place, so we get 4 dozen of eggs every single week. So every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, we eat a lot of eggs. Anyway, we basically just, that's what we use as a huge part of our protein source, and it's super cheap, super healthy. So I feel good about it. A lot of times with my stomach, I can handle eating eggs more so than like steak or chicken or something like that. So definitely one of my current favorite meals.
Yay.
And we eat it all the time. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as we do.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you guys sitting through this, and hopefully you guys decide to give it a try. If you guys do have recommendations on how to make those those potatoes crispy but also soft,
Yes.
and just any other suggestions you guys have for us to make these things better, or if there's something else you guys would like to see. So maybe something that's not egg related, like if you guys would like to see a dinner, or I know there's a lot of other things that you kind of have on your mind. So if you guys do enjoy these, please leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for staying with us. I, at least by myself, maybe she'll be around. We'll catch up with you later in the week. But until we do, guys, go out, do something amazing for your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. Go cook some hash. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.